Welcome viewers far and wide to Heat 4 at Manly 16-foot Skiff Club, as you've seen in their 100th year. Coming to you from a very gorgeous Sydney Harbour, not a cloud in the sky, nice sunny day, 23 to 25 degrees thereabouts. Joining me in commentary today is Craig Nichols. We don't have a third rider today, it wasn't through a lack of trying. I think we rung just about everyone in the club to I even tried a few at Belmont to come down. So, but
we did too.
We'll work our way through it. And Sausage is having today off. He's off having a party somewhere, but he'll be back for the next heat, which will be great to have Paulie back on board. As you can see there, breeze has lifted off. We did have probably half an hour ago, we would have had somewhere around the 13 to 16 knots, and it's lifted off to a very pussy sub 6-7 knots tops
at the moment,
if you're lucky. So just got Imey there. Rumours they've got a new boat, whether that's the new one or not I don't think so. It looks very much so like the old one. There's Botany Access, the normal crew this week, so we don't get in trouble. Craig?
Yep. Chris back on the stick with his brother and Jared Smith.
Very good. So, as we said, this is Heat 4 of the Club Championship. They only raced 3. The race 2 was abandoned due to a funky breeze in very similar conditions to today. This is what was sitting out here on the first race day for the Club Champs, and the breeze lifted off and then came in and blew snot. It was probably the best way to put it. I reckon that is not the Thomas combination in the Botany Access. And And there's the results, as you can see up on screen to date. You've got Moon and Yachts, Ruffy Turner leading on 3 points. Red Pumps Red, young Tyler Dransfield on 7 points. Botany Access on 8 points. So all to play for, and that looks like Jared Smith sitting on the back of Botany Access. So
do you think it was Jared?
I think it is Jared, and I think that'll be a good move, and they'll move up the leaderboard.
Hope you're watching, Chris.
The Typhoon, if you can remember back to Heat 1, they went the wrong side of the finish line, so they won't appear until a drop really gets into it, but have been sailing exceptionally well with a mismatch of crew. Craig, you're not far off returning to the Typhoon?
Hopefully, Jimmy, maybe next Saturday, otherwise probably the week after. Yeah, I don't want to rush it. Like, my leg's slowly coming good, but on the other end, I don't really want to jump on at the moment the way they're going anyway. Big shoes to fill.
Oh, well, you've one way to find out if it's the boat or the crew, Craig.
Exactly. So we've got Sean Connor's in the boat today.
Yeah, Sean Connor, but great help. He's a 49er guru. So there's young Dan Links, Trent Barnabas back in the Imey, and Robbie Napper up the bow. So they'll no doubt want to be moving up that leaderboard. They're
exactly.
not used to being that far down it.
This will be quite interesting, Jimmy. We're just under 14 minutes to go, and there's only actually 2 boats at the starting line, and the majority of the fleet is
marooned up in Manly
way
Cove.
back down there. If you have a look near the ferries down there on the right hand side there, and it looks like they've got absolutely a little bit of breeze, but not much. So they're definitely at least 10 minutes away from the start. So interested to see if the starter is kind to him and AP's his start, or he's ruthless and just goes ahead with it. I'm sure the Imey would want to get underway, and so would Botany Access.
Well, if you remember, it was a couple of years ago, they were all jumping up and down going, no, it's 2:30, let's get going. And then other people are going, no, let's AP it. And it went back and forth. And I think Michael McMahon turned around and just went, well, fine, 2:30, gun goes and we're out of here. So,
well, there's enough breeze at the moment that he can,
yeah, where the guys are going to be sailing today, so they'll be doing Windward Lewards. We're down off Canai Point, which is just near Quarantine Beach, and they'll be racing basically up into Balmoral Middle Head area on a long course today. So it's not 2 races, just 1 race today. There's the mighty Commodore of the club, Matt Triglone, with Tim Lees and Polehead.
The veteran of the fleet.
The veteran. So back from Thailand to come sailing. Very good.
Exactly. When did he get back this morning?
Must have. So, but
and who's the other boat to the left of them? Is that one of the red pumps?
I dare say it would be one of the red pumps, and then
just coming on screen. There it is. There. Yeah.
Too far away to.
Which one is it?
That's red pumps. No little red dot on there. So it's Bruce Savage, Greg Windus, and your old foreign Jay Harris. They've, as alluded to last broadcast with Steve-O and Paul, the red pumps, as you know, Craig, have been out training the house down every week since the beginning of the season. So they're. I
was wondering, did they have a new boat coming that we don't know about? Because they're going to wear that one out. It's been out so many times.
No, he's got 2 basically brand new boats as it is, as you know.
He might commandeer the other one for the Nationals.
Well, the red pump's red's going quicker. I think that young Tyler is quite the young helmsman, and looking forward to seeing him stick around the class for quite some time, hopefully. That's not our Hooters or sound signals. We've got Middle Harbour Yacht Club in the background with their start boat, and the Hooter on their boat is designed for the extremely elderly that can't hear. So we hear them quite a bit.
So I make it 6 minutes till the 5-minute gun. And at this rate, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4.
They've now got pressure up in Manly Cove, Craig, as you know, like anything to do with the West, you either have it or you don't have it. That's what did you refer to it? Intermission.
Intermission, yes.
So there's a bit of breeze up there. They're getting slowly out of Manly, but
yeah, you have a look at the shebang there. They've got plenty on there.
Yep.
King. Yeah, so there's a big line coming through there. Actually, Yeah, they've all sort of seems to be filling in there, but there's definitely the air's definitely lifted off where we are here. It'll be interesting to see the Middle Harbour Yacht Club start, which is sort of behind us at the moment. They're getting, I think...
They're underway.
They're underway, are they?
Yeah, the Adams 10s are underway, but... There'll be no one in their clubhouse watching it though, Craig. They don't have one.
Exactly.
The guys and girls are all making their way down here as quick as they can. When we came to pick you up at Burnley, I commented to the boys here on board the Camera Cat how everyone seemed a little bit relaxed. Wasn't much rigging space on the deck there today, I noticed.
No, they're all jammed in together, so I'd say they must have had to rig them two at a time, I'd say.
You're not going to miss that part, are you?
No, not at all. So they're all sort of coming up in one line now, aren't they?
And what breeze they did have appears to have lifted off down there now. There's a typhoon on screen with Moon and Yachts in behind them.
But if
Contemporary pools there on screen. Welcome back, Andrew St John. You've been out of the boat for a few weeks. Not well. So have you been promised any of the Olympic hopefuls, Craig, when you join back on the Typhoon?
no, I think I get Darren and Wes.
Darren and Wes? Well, mate, that's the best place to start, those two.
I'd bring the average age for about 55 or something, I think. This breeze is not really behaving, is it?
It's not very behaving. I've just noticed in the signals they're putting on the back of the start boat, we're going to be doing windward leeward courses. I'm going to be an L4. So,
if you look past the blue spinnaker there's not much behind that. Looking
not
up,
much at all.
you look right up into Balmoral.
And there's the start boat just behind the botany access. So who have you got on the botany access? It looks like you have Gerard Smith, Brent Dennis in the middle, and Tim Lake up the bow. So that's the crew for today. So we'll get that right for this week's edit.
Would have been nice if they told us that.
So don't tell us anything, mate. This is the mushroom.
Any flag movements on the start boat there, Jimmy?
Only the compass bearing. They're putting up a bearing board at the moment. So
And how many laps are we doing?
4. I just said that.
4.
L4.
Sorry, I missed that. Right. So the 13s are doing 3?
L2. So the 13s do a slightly less course. Is a problem I've just noticed out the window on the Typhoon. There's someone in the water up the front. Bit of running maintenance, but so 240 is the bearing, Craig. So that'll have us going just up into near the Navy base in Balmoral. Hopefully it's not that long.
Well, I make it 1 minute to the 5 minute. What have you got?
Yep, not far off, and I dare say we'll probably go into an AP because I can obviously see all the boats trying to make their way down here. Normally used to be the Typhoon we had to wait around for back in the day.
Back in the day. So, bit of breeze coming through again now. It's all over the shop.
Very shifty.
Like a 40 or 50 degree slant. we've gone into AP.
We have the answering pennant has been raised, so we'll wait and see how long they plan to hold this up for. Who are you liking today, Craig? In this light, fluky weather?
Oh, I'd have to say my boat.
You know, another bloke that always comes to mind in light, fluky weather? Phil Cook.
Phil Cook.
On the Altus. He's here.
Is he here somewhere?
Yeah, he's just over there.
I'd be going Typhoon and Altus.
Nice.
And probably throw sail racing in there as well.
Yeah, you could do that. There's the fluid on screen. With Clint, Wendy and Dave Burkett. There's our series leader as we speak, the Moon and Yachts, Daniel Turner, Gussie Williams and Matt Stenter. So there's a bit of... Just hold on. Copy. Who have you got? You got Nathan Wilmot. That's a start. Then you got Sean Connor in the middle. And who's up the? Who'd you end up with up the bow?
Simon.
Simon,
the regular guy.
Simon Hoffman.
Yes.
So
both 49er guys. So that breeze. Oh, what would you say? It's just coming and going, isn't it?
yep, that's the westerly for you, mate. There's the Altus, so that's one of my picks, I think, for today. Definitely be the Altus. So, Phil Cook was always known as a sniveller, and he'll go for a port hand start and do his usual thing.
Thing is, the start line is that long. There's probably going to be two breezes on the starting line, the way it is at the moment.
That was like back when the great Hubble led the Nationals here in Manly. When was that? 05, wasn't he?
I think so, when there was two breezes.
Two breezes, and he led by 30 minutes at the first top mark.
I remember that race. We'd been sailing for a minute, and I think he was 10 minutes in front.
Yeah.
So, if you can work that out. This will be interesting.
And there's the Fireball, one of the younger teams. So James Downey, James Pennington and Sam Skeen. Their second season sailing together in the Fireball. They've actually improved a lot compared to some of the other teams that have been around for a few more years longer than them. They're good little combination there.
Who's on the musto this week?
The musto, the Hugh Stoddard with his normal guys, I dare say. Is
Jamie Stoddard
and Niall. So there's the sail racing. So Felix, Tom and Paul Darmanin. So Paul's another Olympic hopeful in the NACRA class. So
the sail racing...
He's given it up, has he, Chits? Right. So...
Well, sail racing is a team, like, you know, they've been together, 7, 8 years now? At least.
But they do a lot of fiddling with the rig, which, you know, like a lot of them, they get... It's like remember the old Energy Australia boys, they get Baz down here, they get the spanners out. The minute Baz would walk away, they get the spanners out and change it back to where they were.
Bit of Bruce Savage about it.
Yeah. So we're still just waiting to hear from the starters. They said they'll let the camera cat know as soon as they feel comfortable. They're just moving the pin up a little bit.
But viewers, you can see there's not much wind at all here at the start. It's lifted off again.
Yeah, like 100 metres to the right of that shot there, you've got boats sailing with 2 on wire. So it's That's the AP down, Craig. The 13 is
I can't make it out.
Bodney Scaffold, so that's Sophie and Bella.
Bella
G'day,
Davola.
Yeah, g'day Dole, I know you'll be tuning in. So less than a minute to the 5-minute gun. Bit weird just having two of us on here commentating, I'll give you that much, but
We'll try our best.
yeah. But as you can see, an absolute picture perfect day here on Sydney Harbour, all but no wind.
Coming up to 5 minutes.
Wasn't too long of a delay, and there's Shebang, the treasurer, Anthony King with Jubes, and I don't know who they've got up the front. I noticed they had someone different, so there's the...
Because brother Jamie's bringing a boat back from... Was he bringing it back from Tahiti? Was he to the Gold Coast?
Tahiti or Noumea.
Noumea,
Someone
yeah.
had already done the trip from Tahiti to Noumea, and he's doing Noumea to the Gold Coast. So, Jamie, hope you got your Starlink fired up and you're watching us. And feel free, viewers, to leave comments, and we'll do our best to answer them for the next Club Championship heat, which will be on the 12th of November. Coming to you live from the Camera Cat. So, yeah, and also if you're liking what we're doing and what you're seeing, feel free to hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the YouTube channels. And yeah, we'd love to hear your feedback, and it makes our job a bit easier when we know what you guys want us to flap our gums about.
That's 4 minutes to go. There goes the Outback Marine with Georgia and Alana. And,
back on the fireball. So, Outback Marine there, Stewie Graham, the big sponsor. So,
who's in the middle with them? Alana's up the front and Georgia's steering.
they got their regular guy back, I believe. It's,
Jeffrey Little, is that his
yep,
name?
yep, Jeffrey, that's it. And Cunningham's there with Nick Connor, so brother of Sean, so there'll be a battle within a battle with Big Al Chittenden there in the middle, and Michael Childs up the front. So they could be a dark horse as well, I think. They've shown plenty of moments of brilliance this season, and they're not really bit heavy today, but they're not overly committed to the season, but they're just they're thoroughly enjoying it.
So looking up the harbour, Jimmy, looking up towards Balmoral, which we'll swing round and have a look at in a minute as we pan round. As you know, I always say it's either black or red, which means viewers in a westerly doesn't really pay to try and work the shifts, like trying to tack when you get a knock, and usually it's either you're going to go one side of the course or the other. So are you going left or are you going right?
And, which way would you go?
I'm going to go right.
Well, I'll go left then.
Oh, okay. Right, we'll see.
No, you'd have to go right with the tide going out as well, just to get the relief under grotto there,
Well,
for as much as possible, just depending on where the top mark is. But I think I've got where the top mark is. But
I'm just waiting for something to come down the harbour from the south now.
there you go. We've got our drone up in the sky, and you've got the pin just there, almost centre screen. Down the bottom, looking down the line towards the start boat, which is the big power boat, and we're the one just past it. So
there's a huge powerboat just going past the back of the starting line there, getting a good view of this start.
that's Rolf Cohen, isn't it, on his new presidential
His new presidential ship. He wishes.
1 minute there, viewers.
Come back.
As you can see, there's not much pressure down here, and there's definitely not. I reckon there's half of what we've got down here, what they got up the course at the moment. So,
and they're all very early, very, very early. Well, Marion.
It's Chubbs is over at the moment. Contemporary Pulls is.
He's over. Musto's over.
Five, four, three, two, one.
I reckon Altus and Chubbs. They're individual.
Very good.
Yeah, Moonen, not one of his best starts. 3 tickets to row. Usually it's F, that's like H.
Closer to Z. Well, Bozo's.
Oh,
Fluid, he's hit row Z.
Yeah, he's had an absolute shocker.
So Fluid's not even on that screen, they're further to the left of it. So that's how, there they are.
There you go. Clint, when you're watching this is one of your better ones, mate. Or did Phil call that one? Right, so we've got Typhoon's first one attack back onto port, followed by the red pumps. And behind them, I think you find the Southerlies picked up a bit of a slant there from the south. Phil Cook does not look like he's coming back, even though I thought he was over. Did they say who was over yet?
Chubbs was definitely over, and I've seen them coming back. I'll just check in with the start boat and we'll find out. Matana, camera check. Yeah, Catherine, can you tell us who you identified as over? Copy, thank you. So yeah, it was Altus and Chubbs, and Chubbs has come back, so they're back in the race. Altus is racing for beer money.
And Clint's still trying to get across the start line.
All right, well, let's get with this pack, and no surprises who is leading the charge out to the right is Moon and Yachts. Top left of screen is Moon and Yachts and Typhoon. There they are there.
Looking up the course, Jimmy, this bit of breeze seems to be freshening. Can you see the
Yachts up there, yep.
Yeah, right up in the distance. Orange spinnaker, and it's not on screen, viewers, but we're just looking up because it's a bit like watching the paint dry just here at the moment. There's not much breeze at all. So the whole fleet's now tacked back onto port, heading to the right-hand side of the course. It's just a little bit of a parking lot just formed here, just for a little while. We can see the next lot of breeze is probably a couple of minutes away. I can see it up the bay, and it's sort of slowly filling in. Funny, no one's gone left at all, have they?
Took just asking for us to slide back out of the way. There's not much you can do on days like today. Musto,
he's picked up a line.
Just there, just to the right of the screen. He's
there he is there on screen now.
Got to work on his signage because I don't think that signage complies. So when he looks back at that, he can. Got to be a certain size and so forth. So.
He's definitely picked up a little bit of a line by himself there, and he's marching forward on the red pumps and the Moon and Yachts. Botany Access seems to be in a little bit there as well. But the Typhoon leading the charge here on the right's about 30 seconds away from a new breeze line. Yes.
Looks like fireball has gone out to the...
Fireball has gone. They're just out there on starboard tack with contemporary pulls and fluid. They look like they've got a bit of pressure more from the south down there, Craig, just to the right of screen.
Botany access has gone back the other way, but I'm still sticking to the right-hand side looking up the course there.
Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Like, in about 30 seconds' time, I think you'll find the Typhoon, Moon and the rest of them will all tack onto starboard. And
We're out on track now.
Finally, they're just slowly getting out on track. Dee's got the drone nice up there.
They're both fully extended now.
And the two tall guys too, right, Craig? Sean and Simon?
Yeah, they're both over 6 feet in the old scale. I don't know, 188 centimetres or something, so the right weight, perfect height. And can sail, so it definitely helps.
Musto's holding the Typhoon out there at this point in time. The Typhoon, I think, has got doing about 1.5 to Musto's 1. Typhoon's just tacked.
Shades of the first race.
Yes, they're gone.
And Hugh does the right thing and tacks underneath him and got to try and foot out from there.
You'll see the others follow suit very shortly.
Yep. And there goes Moon and Yachts.
Cunningham's,
Cunningham's.
slams right on him, did he?
Right underneath him, so.
Yeah, that's nice.
And Phil Cook's lobbed one in there as well, on the Altus.
Just trying to give these guys that are following us just a bit of grace, and then we'll burn back around the front of them. But they keep coming any further, I reckon they'll be close to overload. I can see the top mark, Craig, just up where that blue spinnaker is right there.
Oh, okay, copy.
So it's right off middle head is where the top mark is. So not, you guys at home won't be seeing that, but there's the leaders on screen. So Red Pump's finally fold, Sutek will follow fold, and we're heading off.
So great drone footage there. So Moon and Cunningham's are having a... I can go higher than you. Oh, something just happened to the Cunningham's there.
Yeah, Gussie on the sheet's more than up to that sort of challenge. You know, like so is Alex as well, throwing down the gauntlet to him.
So Botany Access coming back on port. He'll be behind these three. Actually, no, he's just tacked back again as well. He was forced back by the Red Pumps. And you've got Sail racing just in front of that bunch at the moment. He's just starting to lift round the front of them, slowly but surely.
So good little battle going on there, and in the meantime Typhoon has absolutely legged it with Musto not far behind, probably 30 seconds arrears at the moment.
Yeah, big gap back to the rest of them, both.
Yeah. So
Breeze is just starting to die out a bit again here. Another hole forming.
yeah, there's a little bit coming from the right that just, you know, it's very important in these boats, as you know, Craig, changing gears all the time, yeah, like easing cunno, easing bang.
And as we say, the classics, keep the yacht yachting.
Yep.
Just keep it going forward.
You know, really good demonstration there of the crew working their way forward and aft on the what little waves they've got around. You've got to use every little bit of anything you can get your hands on, and waves is
You can see Simon there just working the bow, walking the bow.
Yep.
All the time.
Yeah, so for the young ones, when they watch that back, they can, that's what they've got to aspire to do.
So Nathan's just trying to catch any little wave, a runner we call it, and Simon's just helping him achieve that by going up the front.
Now it's just got so light that he's had to climb back in. And it's Mustang and Sail Racing, and I'd have them as second and third on the race course right at this moment. No one coming in from a fly from up high back there, is there, boys?
Could have
No.
Typhoon could have an issue here with the yacht. The yachts in all sorts, and they have no idea, these punters. I don't think they're even looking.
There you go, you got a stopwatch on it, Craig. It's Typhoon around with a jibe set. There's Musto around. What's the distance?
50 seconds.
There you go.
And next we've got Sail Racing coming in.
Sail Racing and Moon and hot on their heels.
That's 1 minute. Geez, Moon, good recovery. They were last off the start, if you remember.
Yeah, but mate, Ruffy's renowned for it, and Sail Racing just in trouble there in front of him. Not as
Phil Cook, even though he scrubbed, he never went back at the start, but he's around. Botany Access, Red Pumps, Cunningham's, everyone electing to jibe set. Imey coming in next.
I think you've got to look at jibe setting, Craig. Like as you said, that right-hand side was favourable, and
There's the Alpha Consulting saying how not to do it.
yeah, and like they're basically one-tacked it in from the start line, so that tells you where to go. And
Well, if you look right at the top of the screen, you can see the Typhoon way in the distance. He's gone one leg all the way down to the bottom.
yep,
So there's no reason, viewers, to come around the mark and do a normal set, because
you won't make the bottom marks.
you won't make the bottom mark. So every metre you go south or on the starboard tack, you're losing. There's Capital Brewing.
And Sutek keeping up there.
Wow.
There's plenty on here at the top mark.
Plenty of breeze just suddenly hit the top mark. We'll just watch this for a minute. It could be very interesting. Chid's getting some good stills.
We'll shoot off down towards the bottom.
So,
Judging by that, Craig, do you think we'll have a change of course coming up?
Not sure. Is the fluid broken a pole there?
Fluid has broken a pole just to the right of the camera cat here. Here's on in there. So
No, it's fluid's day over. After that really good start, they got two. What a shame.
that's been a bad luck.
Yeah.
Welcome to the boat shed here. Have a broken pole.
So we're back on the drone shot there. Fantastic shot there. The Red Pump's trying to make the bottom mark. Typhoon at the top of the screen with the green spinnaker. He's not in much breeze there. The chasing pack are all coming down with plenty of pressure. So Typhoon's around the bottom. I didn't get a time, but looks like it's going to be about...
Rough is good enough on here, Craig.
I'd say 30 seconds it'll be.
Very tight racing here. You'd be MAD to go for the right-hand mark, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Certified.
So you've got the IME there with the red pumps. They're trying to soak down to this mark because they're a bit high on the mark. So see a couple of jibes coming in for all these boats here. This should be getting very interesting at this bottom mark. So Phil Cook's coming in probably at the right line. But I think Moon and get... No, he's got no mark room on him. So Altus Consulting round.
Both
Next,
Sydney Ferries back in action at the top of screen.
Moon will be round next. Followed by
Imey.
and Cunningham's.
Red pumps red.
Perfect timing. The breeze has just lifted off here at the bottom mark, and the rest of the fleet's going to get hit by what we call the double ferry slam. So 2 holes formed by the ferries.
And on days like this, it's the last thing you want.
That's why there's no breeze just here now.
And yeah, looking back up the track there, Craig, looks like the breeze has lifted off again.
Yeah, we've got Botany Access coming into the bottom mark now. You can see from the drone footage there that the breeze has gone more. It's gone more to the left.
Okay, so when it lightens, it goes left. When it builds, goes right.
So if you're a gambling man, you'd go left up the work this time. Which Moonan has gone left. Moonan's gone left. Where's the Typhoon got to?
Typhoon's just in front of the camera cat,
okay,
just to the left of the front of the camera cat.
There's Moonan, so he's leading the charge to the left hand or the southern end of the Sydney Harbour. So you've got Typhoon coming back there on starboard, and at the top of the screen you'll see that's Moonan coming in just the other side of the blue spinnaker.
How's your battery?
So this will be close, this crossing. Who's got who here, Jimmy?
Definitely advantage Moonan, isn't it? But Typhoon, for me, I think they might be seeing the. It's going to be right on. Typhoon's had to fold back, so big gain to Moonan.
That was interesting because the Typhoon was on starboard. He's obviously elected to come back to this side of the course, the right-hand side of the course.
Right, yes. Yep. Got to bring that drone down now before the top mode. Gonna have to go to you. Yes.
So they haven't moved the marks. So there's a typhoon who just come into fallen back to second place on the racetrack as we speak.
Well, I think it's a bit hard to move the marks, Jimmy, because like it's wrong for 30 seconds and it's right for 30 seconds, so you're better off just leaving it.
As you can see, the breeze has lifted off, but just in front of the camera cat, look, the pressure's back, Craig.
Yes, just in front of where we are at the moment. It's probably... there's definitely more filling in further up towards Balmoral. It's just your typical westerly, really. Did anyone go south?
Sail Racing and Red Pumps Red.
So Typhoon and Moonin have both tacked back onto starboard.
Snakes and ladders begin, right?
They're not into this pressure that we're in we're about 100 metres to windward of the Typhoon on the camera cat, and we've got a totally different breeze here. So Typhoon's now got two strings, or two out in the wire, so's the Moonin.
Sail Racing not on screen, but they're lifting up around the bows of these two at the moment, Craig.
It'll be interesting because what we're looking at. So Moonin and Typhoon both in the new breeze there. They both seem to be marching forward.
Yep, and then you'll see in the background there's Sail Racing, and it's there you go, there was the three of them.
Yeah, but might seem to be where the Moonin and the Typhoon is rather than the Sail Racing. So looking at that shot, the advantage Moonin. He's just about got Nathan tucked away. A lot of pressure coming down out of Balmoral now, which will probably get to these skiffs in about 30 seconds.
And they're the 13-foot skiffs there on the screen. Ebix is leading the 13-foot skiffs. They're already around the top mark and going for a straight set there.
Just turn it off and bring it. Save that. So you're recording.
So Moonin's tacked back, easily crosses the Typhoon. So viewers, just to the left-hand side of the screen, The Red Pumps has done a Hail Mary and come from over the horizon. See this?
Yep.
And he'd be very close to the lead. So we've got a couple of the 13s going round first, which I can't pick up.
44 is the first one.
Which is Andrew de Montfort, followed by the 37, which is Amy Bentley. And the first of the 16s, we've got Moonin first, followed by Red Pumps, followed by Typhoon coming in next, all going for jibe sets. And
Musto next
Musto
down.
coming around next.
So there's Moonin and Red Pumps just in the background.
Seamus.
So 13 just capsized.
Right. Seamus in number 23 is the next one around. Botany Access coming around the top mark now. Electing the jibe set as well, followed by Amy. And next we've got Cunningham's his next one around the top mark. Followed by Bartley the 13.
Then Botany Scaffold.
Wow, Sail Racing got hammered there, didn't they?
Yep.
Just come round. Red Pumps red. Then as we look, where's the rest of them? Daylight.
Yeah, I think a lot of them elected to split and go south, Craig, and
Wow.
bit of a difficult one for them.
They're all reaching into the top mark now.
Yep.
Breeze has gone hard right, viewers, so it's sort of one leg up. So it'll be one leg downwind, it'll be one leg upwind the way it's going. So we're just on Red Pumps red there, just rolling over the 13-foot skiff.
Sail Racing at 13-foot skiff.
There's Sail Racing at 13-foot skiff, and Cunningham's tucked in underneath Sail Racing. Cunningham's have got to try everything in their power not to get rolled there.
Well, I think they will get rolled.
Yeah, but
Oh no, he just popped out again there.
tight little battle, isn't it?
It is. Well, the good thing when you're having a battle like that, you stick your head up after 2 minutes of doing that, and usually you've gapped the guy behind. 'Cause
Yeah.
You've both been sailing so hard, so even though it looks difficult, it's usually it's an advantage. So there's Amy and Botany Access is the next two boats, the Cunninghams and the Sail Racing, will be trying to catch. And just looking at that on the water now,
It's Typhoon and Musto battling it out there on screen. The red spinnaker is Red Pumps, the Bruce Savage.
and Moonin just in front of him.
He's got plenty on. So they jibe set at the top mark, and they're just going to make the right-hand turn mark at the bottom here, Craig.
Yeah.
Same with these guys on screen as well. So again, the breeze built went right.
Yes. So it's interesting. I think Bruce is trying to go to the.
Yeah, they're going to split marks.
Split
here.
marks,
It's not
so-
on screen. So
So there's the Moonin going around the starboard mark.
yep, there's Red Pumps going the other.
He's heading off south down the harbour, and Red Pumps is going around the other mark, which is just off screen at the moment. But he'll be so black or red, left or right. Moonin's gone left, and the Red Pumps is going right. Typhoon's elected to go to the right-hand mark, and I think Musto is going to the.
Doing a course change here at the bottom mark as well, Craig.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear the whistle going, and they're holding up a board on the rescue boat.
Right, we'll
just
go there.
there, just so that.
We'll go and have a quick look, see if we can see what the course change is. So Amy coming down the bottom mark, they're going left. Botany Access is going left. Sail Racing just out of view at the moment, but they're going to the right-hand mark. So this will be very interesting. Someone's got it right and someone's got it wrong.
Well, you think the course change would have been to starboard?
Well, you'd think so. You think the mark would be up near Washaway.
Yeah, so, you know, it's...
But we'll just cruise up here and have a quick look, Jimmy, and we'll see if we can get the direction. What, they turn around on purpose?
Yeah. Change to starboard. So, all right, there's the Sutec boys. They had a week to forget last week. They
No, that means they've changed it to a green mark, doesn't it? It should give you the direction.
Well, mate, how do you know what they do? So there's Sutec just jibing, heading into the bottom mark. There's Shebang and King. So after these two skiffs go past us to the left, I'm going to duck
Amy
down.
Bentley in the number 37. Cunningham's on screen now. Great drone shot of the Cunninghams there. And so it's very interesting up the front of the fleet, just off screen at the moment. Oh, we're on red pumps there, look.
They're right on the hammer here of Moonan. Moonan's folded back, just not on screen, but just trying to get in a position to frame them up. So there you go, the drone did it for us. It's Moonan Yachts and red pumps there with Sail Racing in the background chasing hard, and you've still got a few of our back markers making their way down the bottom.
Well, red pumps would be your leader at the moment. Who's that right over towards Manly? Is that Musto?
Musto and Imey way off in the distance in that in behind Moonan from the other shot that we had. And Musto, yeah, and Imey, I think they might have pulled a rabbit out of their hat right up in there, Craig.
Well, that's the way red pumps went last time, so you got red pumps and Moonan. Moonan's a bit down on the pressure there.
I think they've got a little bit more pressure coming towards Moonan just in front of us at the moment, Craig, but you can see, like, they're still at full stretch there, like you can see Matty through the jib.
Yep, and Gussie's throwing a little bit of main. Red pump's just getting a bit soft there. Oh, he's elected to go back. He's gone back from all Sultanas. You see, looking at the yacht, which is just off screen, but me and Jimmy can see it. The breeze has gone a long way right now. Where do you reckon this top mark is?
I don't know, because the confusing part for those that don't sail here at Manly is Balmoral's gone and got pink rounding marks as well, and then they've put signage on it that looks similar to ours. So up in front of us we've got a litany of pink rounding marks that we're trying to figure out which one's the one we've got to go to...
If you look in the distance there, you've got a new race leader. It's Amy.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And Typhoon, I think I've found our top mark right here. So
I think you'll find the Moon and Yachts has been absolutely, taking it like a chook. Chook.
there's Typhoon and Amy, who I think between those two and just to the left of screen there, you'll see is Musto. That's where I think we'll find our new leader from. Yep, and that other fleet of skiffs all bunched up together there on top of screen. That's Middle Harbour 16-foot skiffs. I think they got sprints on today. So
that's our top mark.
That's our top mark.
Is that the Balmoral one?
That's the Balmoral one, yes. So, as I said, we've got pink marks on pink marks up here, so we've just got to, we finally found the one that says Manly 16-foot Skiff Club on it. Just getting into position. I think Musto might be the very close to the lead here. It's Typhoon.
Just close your windows, it's playing on your
Where's Musto, Jimmy?
So
No, I think Typhoon's still got him.
Typhoon's back in solid pressure, but Imy's just got the pressure back, so it's going to be close here at this top mark, that's for sure. No, Typhoon's
clearly
wrestled the lead back.
Well done. The poor old, the big loser out of that was the Moonin.
And the big winner out of it, I think,
Botany
is
Access.
Botany Access right behind Typhoon here.
I don't think they'll jibe set this time.
Well, there's plenty of pressure just about to hit the Typhoon, or more than likely, more actually the Botany Access to do a little double tack, unfortunately.
So a bit of congestion here at the top mark.
Wow, I'm cutting it straight in the needle.
Oh, Ruffy's coming in at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Nowhere to go. Don't think you're going to fit in there, son.
You fit it in there just fine.
Cunningham's will probably roll over the lot of them here. You got the red pumps and Musto.
Wow, Musto were looking famous 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's
Sail Racing, yeah.
Big losers
Big loss
as well.
there. So we'll stay with this pack. I think this is where it's all at.
Wow, they're all bunched together, aren't they?
Yeah.
1, 2,
Sail
3.
Racing, get that tack line out.
Got 8 boats, all within, 20 metres of each other.
Throw a blanket over them.
There they are on screen, viewers.
So what are we at, Craig? We've had right, left, right.
Yeah.
So for the viewers at home, pick that one.
But on average, right's been the way to go.
Yep.
So downwind's got to be left.
Cunningham's there just on screen. The breeze line just runs out just in front of them here, Craig. You can see it on the water where it gets a little bit lighter. So there's plenty more behind them, but I think they've got to get back. There's pressure back there.
Problem is the Moonham's locked them all out. I think it's roughly
Here we go. Here goes the succession. Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang. They're all going.
Yep.
Oh, look at the one Musto's got. Just off screen there. He's just jived back as well there. This group's got plenty at the moment. So the Typhoon's got a... He skipped away there, didn't he?
Yeah, the Typhoon, the drone's probably just above the, or near enough to above that, above the Typhoon. He's jumped out to probably the lead he had around that first top mark, Craig, and then the fight for the minor podium places here is hotting up with 1 lap to go, right? With a L4.
So work to the finish?
L4, bird 4. Come on, you're going to have to learn all this if you're getting back in the boat next week.
I never read it. So Noonan seems to be winning the arm wrestle with that group he was with. He's just joined back again. Typhoon just going around the bottom mark off screen.
On screen, 2, 1, and there they are, just like magic.
I've got the clock on them. There you go. So, which red pumps is that one?
Red pumps, just red pumps, not the red one.
Noonan coming in.
Sporting a different spinnaker there on that red pumps today, Craig.
Are they? Oh.
Yeah. Blue and white oval on it.
Oh, funny about that. Right, Noonan coming in with plenty here at the bottom mark.
And red pumps red following them in. So big move up the leaderboard there for red pumps red.
And if you just pan around to the left a bit, you'll see the fast ferry's being very cooperative. He stopped dead in his track to let all the skiffs go round here, which is must be someone we know driving it, I'd figure.
No, there we won't repeat what she'd said. But this whole group has just jumped out from everyone else. The only one that's still sort of clutching at the back of them is Sutek.
But otherwise, the rest of them are daylight.
So it was very good of that ferry skipper to do that for the guys. So
Unbelievable.
So it's not a normal thing on Sydney Harbour. So, you know, if you're coming down here for the Nationals between the 7th and 14th of January, don't be expecting a ferry to stop for you anytime soon. But, you know, most of the ferry captains are pretty good and work around it. But, yeah. So here on screen we've got Musto, Hugh Stoddard. With Botany Access, Jared Smith just in front of him. So I believe this is the last time to the top mark, Craig, so...
I think so.
Pretty quick race.
Very quick. Because we didn't start on time.
And there's no point in asking you, but you wouldn't have gone to the sailing meeting today, would you?
No.
They didn't change it to two races or anything to do the makeup, and haven't told us either. There's sail racing on screen. Felix.
Not sure.
Tom and Paul.
It's unusual, but they've only been going, I don't know, 35 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I think we might be out here for a second race. Just as a guess.
Well, it makes sense because it is a very short course. Well, they're going to be finished in the next 10 minutes, aren't they?
Yeah. There's red pumps red, just to weather of sail racing.
Coming down.
And there's red pumps red just tacking over. They're in a real good pressure line there, and sail racing is just out of this pressure line. They've just got to keep pressing a little bit further and hope for the best.
Right down. Let's go.
Just give a shout out to Mel Page, who's watching in Israel. No pressure on you, Mel. The boys are in front by about, looks like at least a minute.
Mel might have been the smartest one out of the lot, mate. jumped off the boat and went to Israel, you're still here, you're on next week. So the Typhoon has absolutely launched.
They've gone. Just launched into another postcode. They're still using all the old sails, Jimmy. He still hasn't. I asked him where the new mainsail was. He just looked at me.
Okay,
oh, it's
so
still at
it was in the boat and it wasn't the old sails. So what was it, Craig?
Must be that special coating we put on the hull.
Special coating. Direct from the AST.
Well, I can't tell you too much. Makes a difference, but.
And Brenny Davis, I believe he's watching and he's on the road to recovery. What did he break, Craig?
Bone in his foot.
Bone in his foot, so it's been... There's the two red pumps, just to make it confusing. So the way we tell the difference is the one that's on starboard there with the little red dot, that's red pump's red, so that's what we've got to look out for. And they're generally in front of their counterpart that they just dumped on.
Isn't it good? They just slam one on the boss.
Yep.
Just lovely
Well, at least you know there's no team orders in that team.
Exactly. Just a quick shout out to Lisa if you're watching from home.
Yeah, Captain. Is it 2 races or 1 today? Copy. Okay, I've just checked in with the starters, Craig, and Catherine Isles has informed me 40. This will be race 4 and race 4 only. We're not doing a makeup race or anything. So
you think this is the 4th time up here, is it?
This is the 4th time, so...
Sorry, Chid.
That's right. And the Typhoon just going around the top mark as we speak. Get a stopwatch on them, Craig, because we'll need that.
Where are the other two? Back there. Wow. Okay.
No, you can't go through. You go with Typhoon.
So as the red pumps and the moon and...
Red pump's red, mooning, and just a bit to the right, you'll see they'll come into screen in a second, is going to be red pumps who... So this is a fight for the minor placings.
And Typhoon, they're gone.
Okay, we're just on Typhoon now.
There they are now. They're
They go to the finish.
So
On
Colin
their way to the
and
finish.
Ross will be cheering Craig.
They would too. I'll see if my phone is lit up. So just come back, just put a loose cover on there.
So Moonin Yachts here, they I don't think they'll be disappointed with second, like they'd love a first, but second on course would be fine for them.
Not much in it, I tell you.
And Zoe Dransfield, Craig, she's sheeting on Chubbs today, so you got all three of the Dransfield kids out here.
Right, well there's
Red pumps, red in front of the boss.
Yep.
Red pumps.
That's third. Bit of a slow set on the red pumps red. Oh, there it goes.
So both those boats have spinnaker chutes, which I think they're almost the last two left at Manly with them, right?
Yes. So racing.
Typhoon's heading to the finish line. They're not far off that. Isn't it funny how the breeze has swung right around
It's now
where
got
they've
us-
jibe setting before?
And now they're going down on one leg on starboard jibe.
Yep.
Here's the botany access current. Jared's managed to slow it up a bit.
There's Moon and
Moon and
Yachts in
Yachts.
second, with Red Pumps chasing close by. There's the set on the botany access on your split screen.
Which just in front of them, the Musto has
Musto with a wine glass. So
which will come into the, there it is there. Beautiful wine glass, that one.
Jared's just soaking a little bit just to get that separation, just to try and get through them.
Musto has to jibe back. It's the only
The
way you
only
get
way,
rid of that.
only way, jibe back.
Oh, they're trying dropping the halyard trick. That's a beauty, isn't it? Right, back on botany access there. And, wow. I think the Typhoon's finished, if I look right down the bottom there.
Yep.
Good battle for the miners, just in front of the botany access. Great drone shot there of red pumps.
Red Pumps red, that one. There's Sail Racing chasing hard. Unfortunately, Moon's just to the right of them in screen. There they are. So Moonin for liking.
So, who do you like for third here, Jimmy?
Oh, look, I'm going to have a stab in the dark and say one of the Red Pumps.
I think the other one's got more. just
Red Pumps
behind.
red for my liking.
Moonin's on screen there, MD sort of on the line,
Yep.
very close to the finish. And, the two red pumps will converge in about a minute's time.
Ruffy just jibing back.
No, you didn't get there. Okay.
Typhoon going home to drink all your beers already. So
Wow, the other red pump's just off screen, but we'll get to him in a minute. He's absolutely coming in on an absolute ball terror.
there
That's
he
him
is,
there
Red
on
Pumps
screen.
reds.
Oh, now the other one's got one Augusta as well, so that's red pumps red.
So placings today, Typhoon first, Moon and Yachts second, Red Pumps red will get third, with Red Pumps fourth.
Yep.
So advantage back to the young Tyler on Red Pumps red, showing the boss how it's done
Again.
again. So I think Greg might be asking for a boat swap.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe just a sheet hand swap.
Yeah. It's a pity
Yeah,
the sheet
Red
hands the
Pumps
owner.
Yep. Yeah, it's great to see that level of support from Red Pumps for him to put two virtually brand new boats on the water. I think it's an amazing feat.
So a quick shout out to Brettos. So you reckon you're good to go next Saturday?
Sail Racing next across the line. Get up the other end of the line where we can.
There you go.
It's going to be close between
Botany
Botany Access
Access
and
and-
Cunningham's and Musto after finally getting that wine glass out. But
Oh no, Botany Access just got a screamer.
yep,
Actually, they're both going the same direction, opposite jibes.
Just get those other two down.
Botany Access and
Followed by Cunningham's. And who's just behind Cunningham's? Is that Musto? Musto. So the breeze has just lifted off a bit down here at the finish, so Cunningham's just soaking down.
good enough.
Guys are all standing in the middle of the boat. I'll just scrape past. The finished boat will come into view. There it is. Just getting down enough. Is Musto going to get there, or they're going to
Little jibe, but
have to get
yeah,
jibe to
that's
get
one of. I think that's Hugh's probably one of his better results of the
is.
season. So on the improve, well done, Hugh. He's no slouch. There's Imey on screen.
Not one of their best results, but
No, but I think it's great that Treno and Robbie have taken young Dan Links under their wing here, and
like, you know, really, we've got to put it in perspective. It was a westerly.
yeah, and a Wesley, like, yeah, 0 to 0 in the flash of an eye.
And is this the first of the 13s coming to the finishing line?
Negative, Ghost Rider. There's a lot of them are back up home, but he's one of them. So 43.
He's Theo Franklin and Kobe Napper.
On the Cyber Tech group.
There's Napper on the Ivy and a Napper on this one.
So there's a few nappers out here, like the Dransfields, that we get them to fill most of our boats.
Now we're just on fire stopping. And
Oh, they're alive. There's a fire stopping with Sutek in front of them, and looks like Shabang coming in to say good day. Oh, very nice move by Michael on board the Sutek. It's rolled for his trouble.
Oh, close. Oh, here we go.
Just need a boomer to hit the fire truck in the background.
He'll get both of them. Very close, like the treasurer needs to jibe out if he's any hope. Otherwise fire stopping's going to get him. Fire stopping in the background there, viewers, coming in on a belter.
The third race together as a crew.
Sutek limps across the line.
Just pips
Fire stopping. Anthony King, that's not how you finish. Lucky he's a good treasurer, isn't it?
An excellent treasurer. And also we got coming here. It's got a couple of. It's almost. We'll stay here for a little bit. So this looks like.
that's Chubbs.
That's Chubbs there. So Zoe Dransfield is filling in on that today with Jesse and Southerly. And Altus coming in to just grab both of them.
Yeah, but he'll get scrubbed. He was over at the start.
He was over at the start. That's right.
And no flag.
I don't think they do the flag anymore, Craig. There's a few things you need to brush up on this week.
They
We'll
used
have to
to.
write you a little homework list.
They were doing a flag last year. And the Commodore's just finished as well in the background there. And the next two coming down, this must be the same.
Contemporary pools with Daryl Millam at the helm today with Andrews and John.
And Bartley.
Bartley Constructions. So the only other two that I can think of are Capital Brewing and Outback Marine that I haven't seen, Craig.
I haven't seen Outback Marine for a while, actually.
I'm thinking when we look back up the course here, you'll see an orange spinnaker just there at the top left of screen. I think you'll find that's them. Yep, that's Outback Marine.
I think you might be right. Just can't make out the sign writing at the moment.
Look at the hole, mate. Powered
Yeah,
by Victron.
That's it. Beautiful. So who's the red spinnaker behind them?
That'd be Capital Brewing.
Capital Brewing.
There you go.
Oh,
Just getting right in behind Capital Brewing.
what do you reckon? That's only about 7 minutes from first to...
Yeah, it wasn't one of our longer races, but Sorry, you stacked the esky full of beer and we're waiting to get some excitement and wait for the sausages to finish cooking. I think we might have beat them to be cooked. So there we go, right in the back door of Capital Brewing.
So is there a barbecue on today? Back at the club?
No doubt there would be.
Is it? Yeah.
It's not just off, it's Felix.
Felix.
Maybe Bulgaria.
Felix Devereaux steering.
No, doesn't look like Jess steering today, but again, we've just got to chase up the club a little bit to get to figure out who the crew changes are moving forward, because they don't let us know.
I can't make out who's steering that. Yeah, someone with hat and glasses.
Hat and glasses.
Yeah.
Remember that, Craig, when you started Ocean Race, they got the wet weather gear on, hats, sunnies, and they go past Craig, how you going?
Exactly.
Like, who is it?
Like going down the snow and someone waves at you.
Yep. So,
Or rigging in the park down at Manly and someone drives past and bips their horn and they've got tinted windows.
yep. All right, viewers. Well, I think we'll wrap up today's racing from here. Congratulations, Typhoon. What a mighty comeback, and left him for dead. Thanks, Craig, for filling in today on board the Camera Cat. It was great to have you on board.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Hopefully back out in the water next week. Don't forget,
Let's
viewers,
hope
if you're liking what you're seeing, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, do all the fun stuff, and we'll see you all again on the 12th of November back here at Manly Skiff Club. And thanks for all the Sale Media team here. Great job, great viewing, and we'll see you soon.